So we're here again. We're together. You guys just finished filming all day long. There's some more stuff to do this weekend, right? As well.
Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
Not that anybody can tell. Coming on here.
Yeah.
It's far out.
So what's happening? What do we do?
We worked on a 101 series, brand new to the TACFIT tools, which are slam balls, med balls, parallel bars, heavy steel mace. That's different than the light steel mace. Obviously, the concept's different. But we also have more work to do, and Robert Miller and Aaron Cruz are helping with that. And that's Sunday. We're going to complete the 101 by adding in the plyo, jump box, the rings, and the sandbag. So we're doing a lot of work here.
You guys did some parallettes. Robert, flex his triceps on the parallettes.
That's all I was watching is triceps explode. I'm like, God, stop.
Those parallels didn't have a chance.
I think I heard her screaming or tapping out once or twice.
It's like no limits to that thing.
That's pretty cool though, because I know a lot of people they have these tools and they're like, what do I do with them? So to give them some basic workouts to do that are effective,
Yeah, and even coming
Erik's
into a
mastermind, got in there and put some good stuff together.
Because somebody, if you're a beginner, right, you go into the TACFIT 26 and it's kind of a little bit overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
Like there's too much information, you get lost. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So you can really work on one tool and figure out the foundation with that thing. How to hold it, because every tool you got to hold it differently, put it in different places. People don't know, they're doing whatever with it. And so if you have those foundational structured positions, then sky's the limit after that. Then you kind of create, take off, do whatever.
Yeah, your foundation is everything. No matter what you're doing.
I mean, it was so basic that this guy Aaron next to me.
This guy.
I mean, he did three follow-ons to 7 TACFIT protocols. So I mean, you kind of had the first test run of these.
Yeah, it was good because I was already tired because I've been doing the HRP. It was the last day today. So,
You did give me good feedback on the mid ball.
Yeah, that loosened me up. A lot of ballistic movements.
Yeah.
So that broke up a lot of my soreness and stiffness I had. And I felt good after doing that. Was able to make it through till the very end, till I melted.
Melting.
What are some of the common things on all the tools, right? What are some of the same? Like, I think about concepts, right? We use the same concept, right, for every tool, pretty much. So what are some of those concepts?
I guess some can be similar, like you can relate a lot of the med ball stuff with the mace, like parallettes, using a lot of upper body, right? Not really doing a lot of dynamic stuff with your legs, squatting or anything like that, but it has those aspects in there, like a pull plank, right? You're pulling back into your hips and feet. Ellipses, you're pulling back into your hips, but you're not loading. You can almost
regress, right, with the parallettes on some of the pull planks and get those components down.
Yeah, I think like joint positioning, like elbows in, hollow body, and all that, definitely carries over to a lot of movements.
Yeah, to where you're using the med ball, the slam ball, medicine ball, and then the mace as well. The mace is like a combination of all that, 'cause using your legs, and you got to hold on to the tool, a lot of upper body, holding on with your grip, biceps. And then, it can be heavier using, having the weight on one side. That adds up quick.
Yes, it does. I had my first hand doing that heavy steel mace, and I did a follow along, and I was just like, whoa, this is game changer for sure. So very proud of that.
Yep. Yeah, those maces are fun. I enjoy them. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you using them in your classes now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slowly introducing it to people.
Cool.
Getting the idea out there, understanding, squatting with weight on one side, helping, your offloading side, balancing yourself. So
right.
It's a lot of good times.
Nice.
So much you could do with them.
Yeah.
I see the guy at my gym, Maurice Mann, Get Better Get Beat. He uses them a lot, like a lacrosse.
He's a football player, right?
Yeah, football.
NFL, easy. NFL, yeah.
NFL, yeah. And he gets pretty creative with them and uses them. And, he'll run cone drills. And we get to the cone to stop, change direction. He switches and then goes, stops at a spot, switch.
Yeah, that's a great application for that, man. That's awesome for that sport.
That's pretty
I didn't
cool.
even think of that.
That's that lacrosse. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Robert were going to do the steel mace cert at the end of this month, right?
Oh.
2 weeks.
I guess we changed the standard weight for men to 15, so hopefully you guys.
Went from 10 to 15.
For men, yes.
Be done.
For women, it's 10, just because we don't want to just up the weight on everybody. And it's not that women are not strong. It's just, you know, the guy calling it out is a man. So we're going to make that happen.
Because that's reasonable. I mean, club bells,
we only
10,
have
15
115
too.
here, just so you know.
Oh, well, we got an hour. We can get some more for that
Right
day.
around the corner.
If it's me and you. Because we have mainly 10s, right, for the classes.
Yeah, mostly 10s, 15s, a couple of the
And
heavier ones.
those are probably like good to introduce with first. And then,
And even the 7-pound one, it's nice. You know, it's good to have that variety.
yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
people
it's
have,
hard to teach, you know, a class when you have like, oh, it's all 50 pounds, and you're like, what
Yeah.
am I gonna do with this?
yeah, most people use the 10s at my gym as well. I had this one gal, she used a 15, and then her husband was like, well, I got to grab a 15 then. I was like, man, you got to grab a 20.
Yeah.
No, you got to go a little higher than that.
Next week is our 5-year anniversary, right? TACFIT
yeah,
LA.
yeah, April 16th.
Yeah,
Been
congrats.
teaching TACFIT, you know, almost every day.
Yep, 6 days a week, twice a day.
Now we're opening up more classes, you know, right? There's no room.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
You guys have that going on here. And I've seen your classes get so packed. And, you know, just seeing this place grow with TACFIT, not just jiu-jitsu, because jiu-jitsu is crazy here, but now you just made TACFIT light up in here. It's crazy. And to see that elsewhere as well, you know, I mean, I feel like all the heavy load you guys put in, people are not looking at the new stuff now. They're looking at what you did before. That's what I feel like. They research their stuff. So it's really cool to see you guys really be a part of this.
I mean,
result.
the beautiful thing is it integrates right with everything. Like
Oh, yeah.
jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
it's
It's the peanut butter to your jelly. What's your jelly, baby? What's your jelly?
Muay
It's the
Thai,
peanut
right?
butter,
Coach
baby.
Andy, he's gonna get certified as soon as we have it in person here. You know,
Oh, nice.
like all of us are like, you know, because what happens? Like you feel
Let's have
better
it in person
you-
here.
Yeah.
Let's
What's that?
schedule it in person here. Let's
Let's
do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
We have
Bang
one.
it.
We have one Club Bell certification June 12th, I
Here?
believe. Yep. And then
In person, or we doing
Everybody,
it?
everybody
in
wants
person.
everybody wants
In
to TACFIT
person.
cert.
Let's do TACFIT
Everybody wants to
one,
TACFIT
sure.
cert. That's it. They
Love
were
Well,
TACFIT
that
cert.
right
Love
off
in-person
the bat because they
TACFIT.
want the name, right?
I'm
TACFIT
I'm
cert.
sorry to tell you guys, but TACFIT cert's happening in Austin, Texas.
When is it? July or June?
That's going to happen in July, late July. And I really want these two to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to be there, man. I haven't spent a lot of time in Texas,
go.
but it looks wild.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
you're
go,
coming,
buddy.
buddy. You're coming.
You're there.
I was like, the next time I'm going to go in the summertime, right?
Yeah. Texas get cold, man. It gets cold.
Don't ever go anytime close to winter. You never know. What's gonna happen.
Once in a
he's-
lifetime weather, right? We got stuck in the
Yeah.
polar vortex.
I can't believe you guys got stuck in that. You literally landed in Austin and then the storm came and you couldn't go
We
anywhere.
hung out that day, right?
Yeah.
We hung out that day. We did some things. And we're like, yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Nope.
That went out the
Wrong.
window.
Other plans.
I was
Yeah,
like,
you-
bring gloves. Bring gloves. Should have been like, stay home. Get out. No.
Yeah.
It didn't have snow plows, right? I mean, it's a
Nothing.
once in a lifetime weather, like 100 and
I think it was
something
10
years
years.
ago.
30 years
Yeah.
it hasn't done that.
110 years.
100.
Yeah, I don't watch the
10
news,
years?
but I want to turn the news to see what it looked like with that thing. It was just a strip of cold that went across the United States.
Pretty
Like,
much.
yeah.
All the way down to
And
Mexico.
they said the reason why it was lingering because there was wind pushing both directions, keeping it there. So I was like,
For a week.
Jesus.
Man, that's weird.
It's a smart wind.
yeah, right. Counter winds coming from east
Would
and
they
west.
call it the snowpocalypse?
Yeah, snowpocalypse.
That's what it was for sure.
You know, and you have friends. Well, I had friends that were super scared of it, and I'm like, what are you scared of? You know, I guess they just never seen snow. I mean, Texans, right? They freak out when they start sliding.
And
over,
there was no snow plows, right? There's nothing because
Nothing, yeah.
it doesn't snow. That's like South Texas.
and they closed the restaurants. They
Restaurants.
closed the streets.
And then we went on a little stroll. We were like, let's walk around, look for stuff. Then we got to like somewhere where the sun wasn't hitting, hit like a slippery spot. Plop, plop. We both hit the ground. We're like, let's go back. Let's go back to the hotel.
Because it was like crazy. Right?
Yeah.
Like you can't see it because it's so cold. It's just,
Right.
you know,
It's like black
we
guys.
literally
Black
turned
ice, yeah,
around
black
right
ice.
there. Let's go back.
well done. I've seen enough.
It's dangerous.
I know.
You looked at me, right? You looked at me, and then as I saw him looking at me, like I was down too. I was weird, and then we locked eyes, and we were both like falling down at the same time.
No,
It's a slow motion like this.
Why am I too
Yeah,
old
pretty
to fall?
I'm too old to fall.
Well, I mean, the good news is there won't be any snow, so it's great.
Well,
It'll just
hopefully
be
not
hot.
I swear I'm not this clumsy. That's what I was thinking.
It's so July's our hottest in Texas.
Everyone keeps talking about the summers there. I want to check
It's
it out.
ridiculous, man. Like I'm talking about the humidity level. It pulls sweat out.
I
of you
went there
just
during the
standing
summer
there.
last year. I went there for a little bit. It was like, when was that?
I think you went after that summer. That was August.
That's after the summer, August.
Yeah, well, the hot point of summer in Texas is July. Man, it is bad. But man, you get
It's
a
a little
tan right
humid.
away.
A little warm, but it wasn't too bad. I think I got to go on a cooler day.
Yeah, I think it was cooling down in August. But if you, I'm just letting you know, bring shorts
Just be
or
prepared
nothing.
for the cold.
Bring a sock for the genital.
Speedos only.
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes are crazy, but
They got them there too.
oh my
Because
god,
I'm not
they're like
here, so I
Jurassic
like
Park
mosquitoes.
size. They're like, and they suck a pint out of your body. Like,
Oh man.
but I mean, they're around. We have sprays. They go away. I mean,
Just got to flex on them and fill them up and let them pop.
they pop. Yeah.
Just boing, bounce off.
Yeah. But I mean, mosquitoes, the only thing I worry about, but it doesn't really bother you if you spray yourself well. I mean, if you got hairy arms like you do, they're not getting on you.
They're not getting through that.
No.
I'm not getting to
The
those
hair
triceps.
helps with the mosquitoes.
I think the hair helps. I mean, a lot of people say the mosquitoes attack dogs, but I mean, I rarely see my dog get attacked by mosquitoes. I'm the one getting attacked, so I don't know. It's weird. I think hair helps.
It's a theory.
Yeah, it's a theory. I feel like it's in the
into it,
way.
do a little research.
Sounds good. It sounds good.
I feel like the mosquito's like, God, this thing's in the
It's a
way.
deterrent for sure.
Yeah. Theory's
and it's
right.
it's Aaron's birthday.
Happy birthday. to
Robbie's gonna take me
you.
somewhere for my birthday. Where we going?
It's an undisclosed location.
That's my favorite.
Dinner Saturday night.
Speakeasy. A little speakeasy. Let's do it.
We're gonna take you to Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid.
I could play the little roll game. What's it called?
Bowling.
No.
You're talking about, I know what you mean.
Skee ball.
Skee ball. Skee ball. That's it.
Got it.
Oh my God,
Bocce
skee ball. That's
My
an
favorite
old
when I
game.
go there. So that's what I do.
It's
Get all
crazy
the
how
tickets
you
there.
you play skee ball and you're hitting all the holes and then just 2 tickets come out. You're like, what the?
Right.
Yeah, man, I
You're
never
not
get.
good at it then.
What do you mean? I'm hitting all the holes. I'm hitting all the holes.
You gotta hit that one at the top
Yep.
Nah,
Look
that's,
at your
not-
50
over and
spot.
over again.
that's just impossible. Have you ever played any game in your life, Professor? Like
Played any game?
like Nintendo to
His video games.
No, I retired. So I played video game, kind of, back in the day. What video games do we have? We had like Atari, and then we had
Psych
like
bike.
Nintendo.
Collegiate.
And then after high school, I got Street Fighter game on Nintendo. I think it was like Super Nintendo.
Super
at that
Nintendo,
time,
yep.
yeah. And I played. What did I play? Street Fighter. And once I beat this game, I'm retiring.
Hanging
and
up the controller.
I beat the game and I gave it to somebody. I was like, "Here you go," because I was going to bed like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
disaster. My whole day was wrecked the next day. I was like,
what
"This
they'll
is
do to you.
stupid."
Yeah.
And I was like, "But I'm committing." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it till I finish and I win." And then I gave it away and I never played it again. I have a Street Fighter game downstairs, like the whole what do you call it?
Plaque?
The arcade
No,
style.
the arcade style.
Oh shit, yeah.
So I love the game, don't get me wrong, but like, man, it's
So
crazy.
you made
Like
a
how
little
it sucks your life
declaration and
away.
you held it.
Man, I was
Made a
playing
declaration to
Halo.
yourself
All
and
in,
you
man.
followed
Yeah,
through.
Yeah,
man.
the
see.
games will get crazier, and then when you're playing, like I was mentioning Halo, I was playing with my friend. I was like, one quick game. We're playing. All of a sudden, it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like,
Yeah, I get focused and I get like stupid, and then
Yeah.
my life's gone.
it's insane.
It's right by. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's all
So
mental.
video games, I'm like, man, I'm good.
Have you ever
I'll play
done-
just to kind of be social a little bit, but like I won't get into it.
How have you ever go? Just one more. Just one more.
I mean, that's what I do. That's the problem.
Till it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
problem.
Lord.
Can't get
You got a
into
7
them anymore. I used to play. I used
Oh,
to
you
play them
don't
so
want
much,
4 in
and
the
I'm just
morning.
like, I just don't have the patience. Or I feel like I could be doing something else.
Yeah. I mean, it
Some games
taught
are
me
fun.
it taught me persistence though. I'll be on. Then when I was like a teen, like maybe 13, 14, I remember playing like I forgot there was like Zelda, and
Mario
some other,
Kart was the best.
Some other like kind of there's like a Dracula game too, like on I think it was
Oh,
Nintendo?
Castlevania.
remember that
Castlevania,
shit.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so it taught me to be like to try again,
Keep
and
going.
then
That was a hard
and then
game,
I would
Castlevania.
learn, and I kept going farther. So I think it taught me that lesson. If it's one thing,
Well, that's good.
yeah,
That's like life. That's like life,
That's
right?
life, right?
You fail, you do again. You fail until you get it.
My favorite was that Contra, though.
Oh, double player spread.
That
Left,
shit
right,
goes
left, right.
on.
ABA.
Did you like
AB, start or
down,
whatever it
something.
was.
Select side. You like the
Up,
spread
down, left,
or
right.
what?
AB, start.
Was that?
The spread.
All the
Oh,
lights.
yeah.
Whatever. They had the
Spread
laser.
one, yeah.
If that whole
I
laser went in you, you're done, bro. You're
Hold it.
done. It like eats you up all the way through. You're done. If it gets PCU, then you live a little bit.
Psych bike
from
that was legit.
instructionals to polar
video
vortex to video games.
It's all over. What do you want?
That's fitness people for you.
We gotta draw
Where we
the,
going?
gotta draw the line somewhere, but you know.
What keeps you away from video games?
Man, just all the things, all my goals I want to accomplish, and it just sucks up so much time. So, I started thinking about all the, other things I could be doing, besides just sitting down. And just, I don't like sitting that much either. That's the other thing. I'm just wrecked after that, right? Say sitting's the new smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
The new
That's
cancer.
the
Yeah.
truth. Yeah.
It's the worst.
So, I feel my hips, my back. I used to play a lot when I was a kid. That's probably why my spine was all jacked
Now they
up.
got these sweet chairs you could sit in, man.
Oh, the gamer
I know,
chairs.
my buddy had
The
one.
kids are talking about it.
Things are
Speakers
brought to
on
you,
it. Yeah.
and like you're just like floating there. And
Man, the most comfortable chairs in this generation for sure.
of course.
2021. Better have a comfortable chair.
chairs.
But I
right?
did do that. Was it the VR? VR's the virtual reality
Yeah.
thing. My brother has that. He slapped it on
wild.
me, and I was just like, "Whoa!" I was like,
Yeah,
in a
man. That's coming.
whole new
That's
place.
coming.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I
That's
got
gonna, like they say, like we're gonna be spending more time in virtual reality than real reality.
I think wasn't there a movie made about that where they had their clones were doing all their stuff. And they
Player-
just
Oh,
stayed-
Avatar.
That's a good
Avatar?
movie.
No,
Player
no,
One.
Press play
Avatar.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
play
even
one.
older than that. Like before that, I can't remember who was in it, but it was like the
Tron?
early 2000s.
No, not Tron.
No, definitely not Tron. But yeah, they just let their clones do everything for them.
I forget. Is it iRobot? No, iRobot. What am I doing?
Whatever,
Genesis?
Avatar.
No, that's new.
something like that. AI is going to be insane.
Oh,
Give it
yeah.
another 50 years, man.
I was on that virtual reality, and my friend was like, "Man, you gotta try this game." I'm like, "All right."
You know that
Man,
futuristic guy
jumping out.
Kurzweil? He was like a Google engineer, and he's like he talks about the singularity, where basically we're gonna merge, like technology's gonna be the same as our brain and all that. And I was kind of like studying a lot of AI and those kinds of things, and I was getting sad, right? I was like, man, like basically we're gonna create our own race, right? We're gonna we're gonna be done. We're done, right? And it's like kind of sad when you
Transhumanism, right?
yeah, but then I read that this George Glider. He it's like we're just gonna be. We're always gonna be apart, but we're definitely going
bizarre.
down that. What's that?
That's so bizarre.
It's so bizarre, yeah. But we're gonna
Social
always be
media is
apart.
bizarre
Yeah.
enough for me.
Yeah,
We're always
man,
gonna be
like,
apart,
dude. Like, people think it's all fake. You put the virtual reality on, it's fake. But I played a game. I was jumping off an airplane, skydiving. That was freaking crazy. I almost
Virtual reality.
Yeah, I was freaking out. I took the damn
Your
goggles
brain
off.
makes it
my
real,
heart
man.
my heart was like literally about to explode. I was solo jumping
too
out of
much.
an airplane. I was
I
like,
had
"Yo,
one
man."
years ago, and I just did like the roller coaster, and I got motion sickness. I was
Oh,
like, oh
God.
my god,
Because you have
I
the
gotta-
sound, it
Yeah,
goes
you're
around
just
like
totally
it's crazy.
encompassed in
But
it.
that would be
Yeah.
fun. Okay,
Brain thinks it's real.
It's
It
insane,
doesn't
dude.
change anything.
And it feels what you're seeing. It feels it. It's insane. I felt like wind was going on me. I took it off. No wind.
I
Weird.
feel like
Right.
you'd be a little dizzy after you took those things off from something like that.
For sure. It's like DMT. I hear these kids say they take DMT and they get into that zone.
But that's already in you already. DMT, it's something your body releases. Right?
Well, yeah, they
You
have.
release that through breathing and
Yeah,
breathing.
Mostly
do
when
it.
you sleep, it's released.
yeah.
usually.
But it's like what do they say? Like it's real quick. It's not like a long thing that they experience
I know
themselves.
this girl that does breath work that she uses her breath work to release DMT in you. It's like super
pretty
high
It's
level.
definitely, yeah. So I think Wim Hof talks about that as well, about releasing DMT through breathing. Not exactly sure how it's done, but I'm sure I remember him talking about that.
Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, no, there's gateways to the threshold, and man, they can be extreme.
Everybody's fried today.
I'm still sweating. I'm still sweating, man.
Like on autopilot.
It's a little warm, but you got a sweatshirt.
Like
on, man.
I'm time to relax, right? Speaking of like who's fried.
And you just got into
But
it, didn't
Scott Sonnon is coming
yes,
tomorrow.
It's coming tomorrow.
It's
Super
coming
excited
tomorrow.
about that.
How do you feel about that, Aaron?
Excited.
Master Aaron Cruz.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Master Coach Sonnon come in. The guy, the creator, TACFIT, CST, Club Bells, and Flow Fit, right? So just to pick his brain, listen to the way he thinks about stuff. And, he doesn't even really have to say much. Just watching him move and do things. He always has that intention with everything he does. Purpose, intention, purpose.
What does it mean to have him like in person, right?
Oh man, he's my idol. He's someone I look up to. He's what got me into being a fitness trainer. his work healed my neck, my neck injury. So, I feel like I owe him a lot, a lot of gratitude. And so whenever I see him, I'm always grateful to see him and be around him. And, he's just one of those people that makes you feel good to be around too. He's always done that.
The Grandmaster, the GM, I call him.
You can tell how much he cares too. So
yeah,
you tell, he really, cares about everybody and their health and wants to help them out, through the physical. And then he gives a lot of great information too. He really never says the same thing twice. I don't think he's just full information. This guy, I never really heard him repeat himself. So it's like you miss it. That's it. It's gone forever.
He changes it.
Yeah.
How many hours have you spent listening or watching and practicing his work?
Oh man, uncountable hours. Count. Yeah. In person, a lot of times in Bellingham. Being able to hang out with him for like 5 days. Because I always did the 2 cert, CST cert, and then went into the TACFIT cert. And so, yeah, he'd be coaching, leading all those. CST ones I really enjoyed with the Flow Fit and the Club Bells because you get a lot of time with him. It's different from TACFIT. You're, the TACFIT's, the metabolic conditioning and, a lot of good, foundational training there, technique, but the CST, the Flow Fit Club Bells, it's super technical. So, and then it allows you that time frame. He allows you to give a lot of just like free flowing information, like you can see his brain just working in there and he's just giving you stuff, showing you how to, all the possibilities of what can be done. Then he demonstrates how he moves and you're like, man, I want to move like that. I want to do stuff like that. So
I feel like the community grew off CST first.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was like CST, like wildfire.
Yeah, that's what did it.
And then transitioned into TACFIT because CST was kind of not on the radar anymore for the new Alberto Galazzi.
But everyone wanted to go to CST for the, the therapy stuff,
right?
The anti-flow and how the club bells help with the shoulders, and
decompressions, yeah,
and then the movement through Flow Fit,
And he actually had an 1.5-hour lecture, 2 of them, in the same day, and we would never get bored.
No, you see everyone's just engaged.
I would be bored with somebody in 20 minutes talking their mouth off. I'd be like, oh my god.
And there's a lot of like,
but everything is thought out, right? When he does like certs and workshops, he has everybody move and then he talks, right?
Yeah,
You absorb it all.
He wakes up your mind through the movement, and then he'll go over like what we did, and then so everything's goes together. Right?
I like how he takes a pause, and then he'll start.
Or he's in the middle of say something. He's like, nope, that's not it.
Those aren't the words.
This is it.
It's like, or sometimes you just be like, I've talked too much.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm going on another tangent.
You're not ready. It's almost like you're not ready to hear this.
Yeah. I just feel like he's just so smart. That guy's too smart. Too smart to be a human.
Like we always say, he's from another universe, right?
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer. Right?
Silver Surfer.
What does it mean to you to have him here? I don't think. I feel like if I, I'll just say that he's a motivator.
Be together, this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, together. Well, generally he's my big motivator, and coming out here, knowing that he's going to be out here, makes it 10 times worth it for me to be out here because every chance I can get with him, it's priceless. I look at the guy like. It's so bad. Like if someone was to say something bad about him, I would literally fire off on somebody. And this is how much I really respect the guy. It took me to this level of understanding great fitness, and now I'm able to carry it over to everybody in the general population. So that way, that person's mother or that person's brother can live longer, stronger, and not have to worry. So we have a good system. By him.
It's your way of life now, right? Like both all of us here. Right?
Yeah, it's changed everything in my mind. Absolutely.
What about you?
I'm looking forward to just hopefully getting a roll with him tomorrow. At the 12 o'clock class. Yeah.
Rob wants to flex the triceps.
I want him to do the rodeo on me.
I learn more when I roll with people like that. And it's different ways of angles and different ways that they're coming in at you, and how they feel softer, and the next thing you know,
I feel like you understand people better too, right? Who they really are.
Absolutely,
when you roll.
When you're
True, yeah. Personality comes out a little bit in it.
You humble humble quick for sure.
Yeah, I love the guy. He's a really genuine individual, you know, and that's hard to find in this industry. Someone that's really genuine and just cares about helping people move better, feel better, breathe better, whatever it may be you're having an issue with.
You're spot on, because there's nobody out there right now. This generation's crazy.
His background, man, of the martial art, you know, like that's who he is, right?
Yeah,
Martial artist. And
his story is amazing. Like how he came up with all the information, has traveled to Russia and all the tournaments he'd been in, and you know, doing all that and putting together the system at the same time. You know, I know he wasn't doing that in separate pieces. You know, he was like just absorbing everything. I think that's what he calls himself, like an information thief. You know, he just went around and just learned all this stuff that worked and just tried to put it all into one system, and he did. You know, a great system. That could, you know, I thought it was just like, you know, when you do stuff and you feel like you get better, you think it's just you, right? You're like, maybe it's just me. You know, I'm just, you know, this and that. And then you see all these, you know, older people, younger, this, that. You know, the clients I have that are 70, 80 years old. Mm-hmm. I'm using his stuff on them, and they're getting better, and they're, you know, they're happier, and you know, they don't know. You know, who knows what they're thinking, but they just keep showing up because I see what it's doing to them.
Yeah, it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
I mean, even Scott, like, he got better. He went to a World's Martial Arts tournament, being the oldest man there.
he was in his 40s, right? He was in his 40s at the time.
And he was mopping up these youngsters that were really
example.
good.
I mean, the fact that he just jumps on the mat, he's not training jiu-jitsu, right?
No.
Like,
Right.
he's working for the government. The fact that he just shows up and he just rolls with whoever, right?
It's insane.
And he's such an example, like the humility too, right? Just like, okay, let's go. Yeah.
What belt is he?
What's that? What is it?
He outranks you.
White belt. White belts are people too.
That's what they
I
say.
gotta start somewhere. You know, it's a good lesson for you guys.
I was
Don't be
telling-
afraid to start somewhere.
I was just telling the guy, yeah, that's right. It's that's like the best belt, man. White belt.
Oh yeah.
White belt,
So
like
you have all the memories or what?
Just learning.
yeah, man. You're like open. You're just open. Everything is
It's
like
fun. It's
everything everything is new. Everything. It's just so exciting, you know.
Yeah.
I look at your faces, like I see Mike, Mike, you know, and all you
They saw us
guys
all
like
talking about it, huh? White belt
yeah,
talk.
man. I you know, like he's like they said, like, are you bored of this? I was like, no, man.
what I asked him.
I become like a beginner. I appreciate, you know, how excited you guys are, and that's what motivates me after all these years.
Yep,
It
absolutely.
gives me so much joy to see the joy in your faces. You guys are like little kids, man.
Yeah.
Rolling around and trying to choke each other. You got your first submissions, you know.
Get your
Like he
weird
asked you,
pajamas on.
yeah. But he asked you what submissions you got, and it's so cool, man. It's like you guys are like little kids talking
Right.
about, you know,
Start
like
to learn, man.
Yeah, I didn't get any last time. It was arm wrestling the whole time. Cat's game.
the first time.
Yeah.
And now you
Still
get
fun,
some
yeah.
submissions. Yeah.
Got some stuff,
Yeah, it's a fun sport, man. I'm so glad I found it. It's just a lot of fun, and like if I could go back, I would start all over again. You know, every time I got promoted to a new belt, I'm always like, I don't feel like a purple belt. I don't feel like
That's
a
it.
blue
Yeah.
belt.
That's why the white belt's the
But,
best belt.
you know, you look back
yeah.
and you go, God, you know so much more than that moron 10 years ago who knew nothing. You know, you're like, yeah, you're right. You deserve the belt. You know what you're doing out there. So it's an awesome sport, man.
I don't mind being a white belt.
It's fun.
Yeah, if someone's like, what belt are you? I'm a white.
It's a lot easier to tap when you're a white belt. You know, you get that ego and a little pride.
Yeah.
And someone's a couple
It's
of belts
okay.
below you trying to really smoke you, and you're like, I can't let this happen.
Right.
My belt.
Alberto's sitting there staring at me, getting choked by this white belt. I gotta get out of this.
I was in a situation like that when I was here last time. I think it was the first time I was in here, and I did a white belt class, and they were doing easy rolling. And I felt this guy just getting real more compressed on me. I was like, oh no, this ain't happening, man. I had to climb up and try to do a triangle or something, and then they blew the whistle. I was like, oh, thank God. White belt issues.
I got tapped first time I came with that. It was jiu-jitsu with a blue belt. I don't know how that happened. Wasn't I supposed to be with the white belt? I get set up with a blue belt.
You're
I
fine.
think I brought you over.
Oh, yes. He's like, I see you get tapped.
I think I'm gonna bring all you guys over on tomorrow.
That's what happened
for class. You
I was
know.
like, great. Here we go.
And I'm gonna watch out for Mikey so he doesn't spaz out on anybody. Go crazy, you know.
He's like, he passes out or what?
No, he was just going. He was going hard, you know. And I was worried. I was like, we have to watch out for the, you know, guys, the newer guys.
Yeah.
You know?
That's probably
Yeah.
a good call because he was pretty sore today.
And what I really like about it is like you got to learn to relax when
Yeah.
someone is smashing you down.
Yeah.
Like you got to learn to take a breath, calm down, think about where you're at, you know, and get out of that safely.
You tense up, it's done.
Yeah, you're not breathing, your heart rate's climbing. Next thing you know, you're throwing up in the garbage can. And you're
Fatigue,
Close.
the
I was
cardio.
close to
You're like
that.
you weren't doing cardio. You're laying on your back. What are you talking about?
I mean,
right.
Talk
It's
about
just stress.
Talk
man.
about seeing what TACFIT and the system I can do for people. Like, man, Robert's such an example. You know, like talk about a strong guy, like moving, pushing people, but now he flows and you go. You know, he does technique. You know, and moving different directions. He'd always be wrecked before. You know, after training.
Game
and now,
changer, huh?
Yeah, I was exhausted because I was using all that strength and just fatiguing myself.
What do you
body
think's the
was
biggest
just
difference now you notice from doing TACFIT with your jiu-jitsu now?
Well, it doesn't like for me to notice it is a little weird, but like other people that I roll with, they're like, oh my God. I was rolling with this one guy, super talented individual, Mike Murda,
Mike
black
Murda, yeah.
belt, Professor Mike.
Breakdancing
And
world champion.
he had me in like a shoulder lock and he kept pushing it up and I wasn't tapping because I wasn't in pain. He was like, that's the farthest I ever had somebody's arm back then. And I was like,
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you, man, but you might want to figure something else out. Yeah, but it's just the
Gives
mobility.
you more
The
slack.
range.
I mean, that's crazy, right? Because a strong guy like usually you don't have that mobility. You would have tapped
Oh,
it
I
before
would
you.
have
you know.
been tapped a long time ago. That shoulder would have been popped.
It
or
broke,
whatever.
yeah.
But it also gives you the awareness of where your body parts are when you can't see them.
Yeah.
You know, like I got to get this foot out, but which foot is it? And it gives you the awareness when you're moving around on the ground and you're
third
feeling
eye.
it. Right, your third eye, exactly. So it's great. The way they two go together, Scott knew what he was doing, and he really just came out with a really nice, perfect system for anyone that's in any kind of sport. Like you were talking about lacrosse with the mace. I was in St. Louis years ago, and one of my friends is a tennis player, and I showed him the club bell and the mills, and he was like, dude, it added like 5 miles per hour to my serve. I'm like,
Oh, nice.
you know, because it's that mill is the same.
Isn't that an amazing concept too? Like you do something that's going to make you more physically intelligent, and then you could just grind it out conditioning. So now you're doing something that's makes you more intelligent, and you're doing it like hyperdrive now, if you want to, right? With some of the time protocols.
Right.
So I mean, that's awesome. You know what I mean? To think about, because most people do stuff just for the conditioning, just for the strength, for the physique.
Right.
You know, and,
Yeah, I
and
was
end up getting hurt.
having a discussion with my friend the other day. I was like, like the difference between exercise and sports.
Right.
Like jiu-jitsu is a sport, basketball's a sport. You don't use that as exercise. You exercise to get better for your sport. You know, so anybody that thinks, like
Yeah, like Scott told me, right? Like your strength this is when he did my training all those years ago. Your strength and conditioning shouldn't get in the way of your sport.
Your sport, right.
right.
Your strength and conditioning should help you in your sport. And it sounds like
But you can't use your sport for strength and conditioning.
Correct.
like CrossFit,
That's
for example.
competition,
CrossFit's
right.
like its own sport, right?
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
it's a sport. Yeah,
And TACFIT,
All
you can,
competition.
like, for example, we train hard, and I the next day in the morning, I don't need to be going at the highest level. I do
there's
what I
regressions.
need. I use
Yeah.
it for what I need. The progressions, and I just go through the motions. And after, I feel great. I
Mm-hmm.
recovered from my training from the day before.
Yeah.
Yep.
I said it like I can push hard too, and then be even more like my nervous system and everything else. But it's amazing because you can adjust it to whatever you need.
I had to do that back at 10th Planet Austin. I don't know jiu-jitsu, but I see them and I got to get involved. And so now I understand what's too much for their training, what's necessary, and what they're missing. And those three things really sharpen them up as far as strength level, not jiu-jitsu, right? So strength level. And then when they do jiu-jitsu, it's insane how they just, the strength level shows off their sport, like you said. So it needs to carry over to the sport.
Right.
If you do your exercise and you do deadlifts and all this stuff, all crazy, and then they go to the sport all messed up, sore, backs feeling all crap, they're not going to be 100% to roll. Yeah, they're going to probably tap out.
Trust me,
And
like years ago when I was just doing a lot of that kind of lifting, I would be really sore. And when you're really sore and someone's laying on you,
It's uncomfortable.
That in itself is like it's a tap.
That's a
man.
tap.
Like, don't even touch me. Like don't touch my legs. I'm gonna tap
My
right
shit
now.
hurts.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
you gotta be loose, and that's
Right.
like the into flow is good for a lot of people after doing jiu-jitsu. That's why we do those cool downs. So you get your brain out of that fight, and it's not just carrying around all that stress with you all day long. from
Absolutely.
class.
And all sports is about spatial awareness, knowing where you're at in space, and not having that be the problem, right? Your coordination, so you can focus on the competition, everything that's happening around you, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So if you already have that ingrained, that spatial awareness, and that control over your body,
You got to work on it every day, right? So it's
Yeah.
like these things don't get in the way of your sport, right? But they help you in your sport.
Right.
Because
You just do the work. You don't even have to think about it. You just do the programs.
It's all ingrained.
It's all ingrained.
It's all thought out already.
That's like being in the mirror, combing your hair a certain way, putting on cologne, and going out there for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if this works. You know what I mean? But I mean, obviously, TACFIT isn't that. You know, TACFIT's
Deeper.
It's way
Deeper, yeah.
It's like a mental breakdown for somebody if you were to explain it to them. Like
That's why it's so hard to explain to people.
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's just so
How do
it's
you
so
explain
deep,
that?
you know. It's so
Yeah.
deep, so you can't go. You have to just
Be easy.
elevator. Yeah, like you have to just say the simple things, right? You can't
Right.
say too much in a way.
Yeah.
Like world's smartest workout, right? Like some, and then just leave it like that, and then talk about some things, right? And then get them more interested. But it's just like we talk about jiu-jitsu. Like, you know, I know jiu-jitsu. That's my sport, right? And man, like just the elbows, like in jiu-jitsu, you're always trying to open up their elbows, right? And the club bells, like, you know, elbows in,
Drive
like
in, yeah.
you're gonna die. You can't hold a club bell like this, right?
No.
And so all the concepts, all the positions, it transfers over. Same thing we're talking about. You know, he had in a Kimura and your mobility, because it's like you have the mobility. You're not gonna tap out. It's just like it's crazy, you know. Like guys pull on your arm and they get you to move a certain way, and they get you in submissions, or they sweep you, or they do whatever to you. But because you have the mobility, you don't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're like, you know, you're sharing what you were telling me, like, you know, he couldn't move you, you know, because you have that spatial awareness, that base, you understand your body, and, you know, like
You're comfortable and strong in those weird positions.
Yeah, that's what the guy kept telling me. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I usually just, you know, toss people over when he was trying to hook my leg when I was standing up and you know, sweep me and take me down. He's like,
Those legs?
There's no way.
Did he see your legs, bro?
he's like, what are you doing, man? He's like, I was like,
Yo, I'm
I
just
just
standing
do
here.
the TACFIT stuff in the back room with Robert. That's what I do.
As I asked Robert, like, so it's our 5-year anniversary next week. What does that mean to you? Because at the beginning, right, it was just like, and like, it was so different, right? And everybody's like, what's that, you know?
Yeah, it was so different.
And now it's like packed, and it's like, man, I'm so like,
I know.
It makes me
See your
emotional
videos,
just seeing,
man, it's
you know,
awesome.
just seeing, and the people,
That's
the
what it
results,
does.
it changes their
Yeah.
life, you know?
Yeah.
And they come for, you know, like years, and like you hear people say, I'm a lifer, you know? That's crazy. That's like jiu-jitsu, you know?
So it reminds me of when you put out the water and the sugar and the hummingbirds just start coming. That's basically what it is, right? Just
Yep.
Put that thing out there and they just
but they
start.
got to be able to find it.
Yeah.
You know, like, how do you get it out there? How do you?
We got to open up
you know,
those TACFIT gyms.
It's gotta start. Yeah. 5 years, man. Like, it went by like that, and it's amazing how much I've learned and how much I've grown to, you know, help people and you know, understand more jiu-jitsu, understand more in your body, and just, you know, there's people that I still have that have been there for 4 years now. You know, that came right the first year that we came, and they're still coming back, and they're still making improvements, and they're still feeling better, and yeah, it's amazing, and it just keeps growing, word of mouth.
I love when I look back and I've had the same clients for 10 years or this and that. It's awesome.
Right.
It's amazing.
It speaks volumes for who you are as a person. You know, people want to keep coming back and working with you because they're seeing results.
They trust you.
Right.
This is like Scott said when he was here for the cert, like was it last year, January?
Yeah,
last year.
Years
go by. It seems like a time vortex this last year. You know?
2020 was a nightmare.
But the beginning of 2020, when he's here, you know, we were doing stuff all weekend, and then we went over for the test of the qual, you know, and we're looking around. Everybody's putting their heart and soul into the qual, into the test, and I was like, how does it feel after all these years to see these guys like putting their heart and soul into this? You know, and it's like, man, it's amazing because it's a proven system.
Yeah,
it's a proven system. Like 10 years they've been training. You know, like these guys, like it's like I'm a lifer. You know, it's a proven system since 1996, right? But it's amazing. You know? It's not some
fucking love that. I would say 1996, and then now I'll be like, man, my stuff works. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like literally, that's it's proven science.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about all the pain I would be in right now if it wasn't for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd be
for
wrecked.
reals.
My whole body, just, you know, I probably wouldn't even work out.
Absolutely. I
All
wouldn't
of
be
us.
doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
stuff.
You'd be
Honestly,
the normal person. Yeah.
all of us. Yeah.
We're the what?
Walking around with pains and aches all day long.
Oh hell no.
I'd be in bed. I'd be getting worse and worse.
I know, right?
And just think what that does to your personality. You know, every day you're more and more
It's not
pain.
even
You're
human
just
anymore.
Going to be angry and upset,
Stressed, depressed,
It's
yeah.
hard to be happy when you're constantly in pain.
Correct.
I don't care who you are. You could be you could be Buddha. You know,
And I think that's what you guys do. You take people like that in this training and you mind blow them, and that's where they come back. You take those type of people that are hurting without telling people that they're hurting, and you shake them up.
And even people that have like anxiety, it helps them with their breathing patterns. It's when I tell people about TACFIT, I tell them it's stress management to rehab your body from your life. That's it.
Simple
That's all I want to do. Manage your stress. Figure out a way to manage your stress under the controlled stress.
Right.
So then those tools are available when the stress is no longer controlled.
Which everybody has, and I mean, just as you get older, family, kids, and I just see adults that, you know, if their body's getting let go, they worry about more things that aren't important. You know, they're really emotional.
Yeah.
You know, not as bad to be emotional, but by everything, you know.
But some people don't know how to express that emotion, and they carry it around with them.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Let it
stored
be
inside
on
their
more.
bodies, right? Like sometimes it's good to be like, just, you know, if you're angry with someone, be angry.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to tell someone you love them and miss them, then tell them. You know, don't carry those emotions around with you. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not for the moment. And it's just
So it hurts you, right? Because you're carrying all those emotions with you, like the baggage, right?
Yeah. How do you
And
sleep?
you can just
at night,
release it,
you know?
and with the movement, right? You can release it.
That's right. Yeah. Through good
The
movement.
breathing, movement.
I think you're right on the movement, but TACFIT gets in your integration way more than most systems I know. And I think that's a healer for people like that. You know, they go to another place in their mind, and then they find a way to strengthen. And they can.
I mean, I you know, before like the last few years, you know, I was going to all these certs. I was going everywhere. I wanted to see, man. I was like, am I crazy, or is this like the best system? Is this like the best, the best system?
Yeah.
Like period. You know, like the most complete system. You know, is it still like way ahead? You know, I wanted to see, and I was like, by far, I know it is. You know, by far, by way. You know, just. You know,
I've gone to a few other ones, and I was just like, after I went to some different ones, I was just like, you know, I already knew that nothing was gonna be better than that. I was like, why even waste my time at all? You know?
Yeah.
just how complete the system, how it covers like everything is just like thought out. Everything is, you know, just Scott's brain, right? And just, you know,
Everything
and our community
about it.
too. You know, our community too.
Everything
After all
about
these
what he
years.
puts out is insanely on point with technique. Anything else I see out there with other people with certifications or workshop, they're missing like stuff.
Piece, yeah,
A
of course,
lot.
yeah.
They're trying to imitate, which is a great compliment for sure, but they're missing the philosophy of it.
Right.
How to deal with it when stressed. Like, you
Missing
don't
the
need
whole,
to keep
yeah.
adding more and more stress to your body every
Correct.
day.
And even
Gotta
people
learn,
think
like,
that
the
the
essence
training
of
is
it, you know
fun.
what I mean?
Right. The
That's-
philosophy of why we're doing it.
That's so
Right.
important.
That's what they all miss.
It's like people want to have fun training, but sometimes these other trainers out there only give them that, and that's when
Right.
they hurt themselves. You know what I mean? And so
We all want to
fun-
have a fun, you know, when you're in a group class, have a good time with it, but you got to make sure that people are still getting the health benefits of it.
right.
You know,
I'd rather train you and then tell me you're having fun. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah.
with sweat dripping off your face.
Yeah. A lot.
I saw some sweat dripping off people's faces today.
Oh my God.
right below us, right downstairs.
Brutal.
It was a brutal day.
A lot of
It's
workouts.
warm down there in that Muay Thai room.
Oh
And he
boy.
likes to keep it like Thailand, you know, all swampy and humid down there.
Can't even breathe.
That's what they like.
But yeah, no, it was fun putting out those concepts. So
Aaron, where would you like to see TACFIT go? You've been in the system. You've been, you know, it's your life.
I would really like to see, you know, just, you know, probably the same as you, the TACFIT gyms, you know, so, you know, people
Like a
have
Ninja.
sanctuary, a place, a home to go to, and, you know, in various locations, you know, I mean, that would be ideal. You know, so they have to search for, then they can have a community in their
yeah.
community, you know, and then just all link that together, you know, like a big web, you know, and then have the, you know, the hub here with the support. And you
Hub's
know,
probably all over, really, right? And each area, right?
yeah.
But yeah,
Just everyone coming together on that, and 'cause it's nice to see all the, you know, when I link back up into the system and then talking to everyone that goes through it. You know, it's been a while since I've had those conversations with, you know, team leaders and people have been in the system for a long time. So it's really cool to not have really, you know, had a relationship with these people, but have been doing that same training. Then when you talk to them, we all come up with the same conclusions about stuff and same ideas, because, you know, and that's how you could tell they understand the system and how easy it is for people to get the concept of it and then just let their creativity run away with it and bring it into their own practice. You know, it keeps you motivated. There's not too many things that do that. You know, most people need to go somewhere and like need to be, you know, constantly, you know, guided, which is fine, but this, you know, does that for you and then allows you to, you know, create and stay engaged into the system. and then you start talking the same lingo with somebody, and so that's really cool to see that. No matter where they're at, Brazil, Spain, Italy, everyone's like, I'm watching them do stuff, and I'm like, of course they're gonna do that. Of course they're gonna rotate this way and give that kind of expression, because that's what the body can do, and they figured it out by opening up their mobility, stability, and adding the loads to it. So it's pretty amazing to see that. It's like having best friends everywhere that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah. We have the online platforms, but for me, right, it's like the brick and mortar, like that's where it's at. That's where it's at. I know it's tough. We had the COVID year, but community, man, right?
Yep.
You have a place, you have a home base. Like we're learning all these different things, so we can really, really help people. We have the opportunity to, like you go to the doctor, and how much time do you get? When we're learning all these things, right? We can really, not that we're doctors, right, but we can really help people.
Yeah. A lot of people struggle with getting gyms going and stuff, because they're like, what do I need? What do I need to get? I mean, TACFIT, all you need is an open space, and all the tools you use don't take up a lot of space, so you could really maximize the space that you have in a gym and make it realistic to making a living off of. Even though it's not a ton of money a lot of people make in fitness, TACFIT can help you do that better. So it enhances your whole life. You can create jobs for people, and create better lives at the same time for those that come in. And, it's really, I think, fills a lot of people's cups, especially once we go through high school. We got that social support, it's that's part of the learning. High school, college, is the socializing and stuff like that. And then you're done, you get your job, and then you're in your cubicle.
Right.
Just 8 to 5, just go home.
Social
Netflix.
distancing.
That's it. You don't do anything else. Now you have something that's going to not get you hurt, make you feel better, open up your mind. Make everything brighter. Then you get to talk, socialize, and everyone's doing the same stuff, feeling better. And it's nice to see that happen, right? When you're seeing everyone, get down their workouts, you can tell they're having fun, they're enjoying each other's company. It's gonna be good for them physically. They're getting, the support, they're getting the emotional support from their peers and everything like that. So it's really nice to see that.
Yeah. Esik, where would you like to see TACFIT Viking Ninja go?
Well, since you said gyms already.
You can say it too. You can, but just say it in your,
gyms, but
from the
also
heart,
I feel like the brand TACFIT. I think it's underrated. I don't think it's been overrated.
People don't know about it yet.
Yeah, and
we're changing that. We're changing that.
Yeah, being overlooked is just not fun with this type of brand. So
we're number one. We are the future.
Yeah.
We are the future of training.
Absolutely, straight up. And where I wanted to go, I wanted to go past CrossFit. CrossFit fucked up.
Yeah.
I think
that's a different, right? They can never be what we do.
Right. And, they were successful with their marketing and stuff. It's just, sometimes, new things like that can get out of hand and it can go somewhere else. But with TACFIT, I feel like everything just pulls into TACFIT. It's just not spread out, to external help or this and that. People rely on TACFIT with their stuff, because I feel like this is the root to all of it. So, I want TACFIT to go past CrossFit at one point, which means serving billions of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, eventually it should.
Yeah.
Right.
I think just the way, like so you talk about the TACFIT gyms, like you don't need a lot of space. You need like CrossFit, you have these barbells and, and not just that, but it's like, it's what everybody needs to do, right? Like I always relate things to like people watch the UFC and they think they want to do UFC, but what they want to do
so
is actually
they get punched or choked.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
they're like,
they want to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I think as a way of life, right?
Yeah.
They don't, unless they want to, they want to go really, really do that, right? But overall, like almost everybody wants to do jiu-jitsu if they want to learn, that, right?
Fun little therapy spot in your area,
Yeah. And then I think I kind of think of like CrossFit and TACFIT like that, you watch like maybe the CrossFit games and it's cool, like the guys are, in good shape and stuff, but man, what they really want to do is TACFIT,
Yeah. I mean,
and the guys that if you train, what happens? Like the fat burns off, you get jacked,
Yeah.
You get in the like how the girls, right? Like all the girls like in their 40s and they're like in the best shape of their lives.
I mean, you look at CrossFit
and it's like less is more, right? Not like going ball. Yeah, you go controlled beast mode, but it's like controlled.
Right. And that's
everything's thought out, like how much stress, right?
Right.
And then also being aware of how much stress you have that day or what's going on in your life that week, maybe even.
Well, look how old we all are, man. When I see people our age.
Come on, man.
When I see people our age, you know what I mean? They're like, You know, they look, you know, like pretty bad at like 30 most of the time, you know, let alone, you know, 40 to be in the shape that we all are, you know. I think it's really special about us besides, you know, that we do. I mean, of course there's special things.
It just sucks because like you think fitness is healthy, but it's really not. If you don't do it right, it becomes unhealthy.
Yeah.
It becomes trauma.
And so when people think
too much
that
stress, right?
Yeah,
you're already stressed out and you stress yourself by going too hard. Like people don't understand.
People
like
are not going to want to
cortisol
go.
and, you know.
and they
want to
do
go,
it.
but they're not going to because they already have anxiety.
It's not good for them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they already have that trauma.
So how do you recover from the stress? And then the next day maybe, right?
Right.
You can step on the gas a little bit, you know, or more.
Yeah.
But
Not
see, yeah,
every
that's
day. You don't want to be flooring it every day.
no. And then they hurt themselves, and then who do they blame? Oh, it's my trainer. I think he took me through some stupid stuff. No, you did the stupid stuff.
Teaches you awareness, right? All the stuff that we do.
Yeah, man. Like,
Well, most people say when they get hurt, you know, working out, they say they blame it on themselves. Like I picked up this wrong. I did this. I hurt myself. I did that. Yeah. But they don't realize that, you know, it was already going to happen because of the stuff you're doing. You know, it was just bound to happen.
Yeah, and that injury didn't happen just then and there. It's
Right.
It's
It's accumulation
of things throughout the
yes.
month, and then you asked it to do too much.
it's like chopping a tree. It takes time.
Right.
You know?
The injury takes time. That's true though, right?
Yeah.
It's overuse, misuse.
A little bit of stress every day.
Yeah.
Adds a lot of stress.
If you work out with your ego, you know what I mean, and don't stay humble with your workouts, then your body is gonna, you know, let you know,
That it needs to
But
be
you
more.
did
I love that. I love that Viking Ninja shirt. Kill your ego.
Yeah.
It's my favorite shirt. One of my favorite shirts.
Right on, man. I just see too much in the gym. The egos are everywhere. It's just, if they just threw that away, they would.
You know, like, you know, fitness, like everybody's trying to outdo or be more, or outdo the other person, but it's not about you outdoing the other person.
Let's look at the finish line. See who lives better and longer and more.
It's about you, right? You
Talk to me when you're 90.
living your best life,
You know?
right?
Yeah.
It's about you. It's for you.
Yeah.
that's when it's gonna matter.
Right.
I mean, when
You
we're
know what I
doing
mean?
a sport, it's like jiu-jitsu or something else, you know, like, okay, yeah, there's something, but when you're doing like fitness and stuff, like, we're like, man, like it's about living a better life. It should help you live a better life.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, that's
It's
just
just about you.
I can imagine that's a
Yeah.
scary thought for a lot of people, and as they get older, like someone's gonna have to take care of me, and I don't think anyone really wants that. you know
But
what
the
I mean?
sad thing is that you don't learn that until you're older. You know? Like you don't realize that until
Yeah.
you're like, oh God,
You're like,
everything
oh.
hurts. Why? Oh wait, I'm over 40. That's
Oh
it.
my
Then
God.
you
No one's going
depend-
to
then
take
you
care of
gotta
me in
depend on
10
people
years.
So like you get the
Yeah.
younger kids involved and people in their 20s and 30s and let them learn it now. They
Yeah,
can
you
understand.
ingrain this is the way, right?
Right.
Like we do with our kids and
Right.
like, you know, at the gym here.
It's medicine.
Legacy
You
and
don't want to take
TACFIT
too
LA.
much.
You only got one body, man. You know what I mean?
For now, until AI catches up. Just transform to, I'm going to go
Until
play
they turn
basketball.
trash
Come on,
into,
Yeah.
60-years to work out everywhere. I feel like people stop working out once they hit the age. They think they're gonna get hurt all the time.
I mean, it's the
you
fountain
know?
of youth,
Yeah.
right? This literally is the fountain of youth.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
everybody makes those excuses for everything, you know? It's, you know, I don't have time. It's too much. It's painful. It hurts. This, that, and the other thing,
Yeah.
you know? It's
Excuses
your
are
recess.
egos.
It's your one time
That's not the
day,
truth,
yeah.
though, you know
It's
what I
not
mean?
the truth.
It's
You
not.
got time
Excuses
They're
feed
just
the
like,
ego.
what can I
Sure,
tell
it's
this
deeper,
person?
but
and
deeper
tell
at
them
all
this
those
today?
things.
Like a
you know?
normal
Yeah.
TACFIT workout is 20 minutes.
Right,
the
like we were
most,
saying, like
right?
That should humble you.
Usually it's like
all you need.
45 minutes,
Yeah.
right? Like we were talking about, like it should be like 45 minutes. We always go a little bit longer because he's
More about
he cares,
cool down
you know?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, if you
Take
get a little
takes
extra
time,
in,
but
yeah.
you know that's all we need, right? And like the whole workout is like around 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Brunt of it, the hard
Yeah,
work. That's
it's
it.
crazy.
Everything else is warming up and cooling down.
Yeah.
main
It's
like
course, yeah. it's
Compacting
20
it
minutes,
and
man.
compressing it
That's
like an
crazy, you
atom
know?
bomb. Just-
What? That's all I need, you know?
I like
yeah,
the idea of
actually,
that
yeah.
too, because then I know when once I start this timer, I know when I'm gonna be done. 20 minutes from now, you know, I got an idea. My head's all wrapped
will
around the
end.
whole thing. I'm visualizing.
And you add up all the reps in that 20 minutes, you're like, damn, I did all that in 20 minutes?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, I always do that. I do like as fast as possible, and I put up like 400 reps, and people will be like, "Oh, 100 squats." I'm like, "That's gonna take you like a minute 30 at the most."
So quick.
Man.
You know,
Well, it's like
All in
what's
the
cool is
head.
you grab the different timing protocols and you get the technique. You learn how to your breath cadence with the movement. You know, having the correct structure. Like we're always graining it, and then like 400 reps. You know, okay, you focus on your breath and the structure, and then guess what? It's easy, you know.
Yeah.
Not like easy, but you know, kind of.
You're on
you know?
tracks.
Yeah,
You know, you're on rail tracks.
and
that
you can
should be
regress
on.
too,
Yeah.
right? You can regress, or if you're not there, you know, and you can also progress if you need more.
I feel like
Which
we got
you always show, right? Which you always show.
I feel like people need to be disciplined on that. You know, like it's easy for them to like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna stay on the primary movement. You know, I just feel like they're just not locked into regressing.
You gotta teach, right? We gotta
Yeah.
coach
yeah,
the right way.
people always have issues. People are
Absolutely.
hard, man. Some people want to go beyond what they're ready to do, and you just watch them crumble in there.
I'm the number one. I'm the number one. I still, after all these years, I have to check myself, like less is more.
Yeah.
Less is actually more.
Yeah.
Because I have my ego or whatever. I'm like, relax, man. You're like,
Trying to get it all.
And the heart rate and all that stuff.
I want to do it all right now.
But it takes time to kind of build that habit, right?
Yeah.
That less is more, like, that's the smart way, right?
It's the ebb and flow, just like in any sport. Just any sport is going to be, unless it's a sprint, TACFIT is just, I got to learn to pace myself.
Right.
Keep going, but regress. Maybe I take a longer break. Maybe I rest under tension somewhere, but at least keep going.
Even those guys that sprint, you see what they do, like before they do a 10-second sprint, they're like warming up for like an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They work out for like 8 hours a day just to do a 10-second sprint.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's true. It's
They
funny.
don't want to get cold.
Yeah, they have to get your body revved up like like NASCAR, right? You want to be a high performance car. Look how many
Diesel
people they
truck,
have
you
working
gotta
on the
let it
car.
idle for a while.
That's good analogy.
You gotta let this car idle for 10 minutes.
Where would you like to see it go, Robert?
Well, like everyone said, brick
Coach
and mortars would be the best way to go with it, so people could actually go someplace and learn it from somebody that's been through the system and has achieved, level 1, level 2 team leader type stuff. So they have that deep knowledge. So then it could just keep growing, especially here in the U.S. I'd like to see more TACFIT instructors,
coaches
teaching TACFIT classes, not just using it for your own personal one-on-one, but actually holding
Group
classes so
classes,
you can reach out to a larger crowd and get more people involved in the system and let them know that, hey, this is how you can heal yourself. Your body
It's so
can
cool,
do
right?
this.
Like we have group, and then we all help each other out too, right? In the group, right?
Right.
And we all give each other, we help each other out, and then the person teaching the person learns also, like just even within the class, right?
Right. Like I have people that have been doing it for like 5 years, and I pair them up with people that are brand new because I can't watch 24 people out at once. So I know professors here. Okay, here's a new person that's been doing it a week. I'll put them in a professor's group when I break them all down. So that way I know he'll help them out, and it's everybody does.
Smart, yeah.
Everybody helps them. Like I have a lot of students that have been there since we started, and they will be like, "No, do like this," and I'll let them coach. You know what I mean? Because they want to help, and that's healthy for everyone to be involved in. But they're
you trust them with their good, right? Yeah.
They're telling them exactly what I would tell them. Yeah, go ahead. Excellent. Let's coach.
approved.
Let's help each other.
Approved.
Yeah. That way, like the new students realize, like, hey, there's other people here that are going to help me through this. We're our one
Community, right?
Yeah,
Just like, I
we're all
relate
holding
everything
up
to
the boat.
jiu-jitsu,
Everybody's
Like,
holding up
that's
the
how
boat.
jiu-jitsu
I think,
is, right? We
I
all
think
help
a
each
good
other
point
out.
to make too about it too is when you want all these TACFIT gyms where you can encourage people to teach it, create TACFIT gym. They're kind of thinking like, I was kind of reading Quebrado earlier, and he's like, because his girlfriend likes to do different stuff, and they do different mobility stuff, and it's like it's not gonna replace what you're doing, it's gonna enhance that, right? So you don't have to lose. Everyone's thinking about losing their identity, I feel like, and I'm gonna have to do exactly. I'm like, it's like the foundation, right? Building a house, it's not gonna take away from the style of the house that you're gonna have. You know what I mean? You can use that to, it could be anywhere. You get a football gym, it could be in a baseball gym, golf gym, jiu-jitsu gym, it could be in all these places. If you're doing capoeira, it's gonna help you, recover, so you could do more of that stuff that you love, stuff that fills your heart, because you don't want to run into some kind of compensation injury, because all sports come with injuries, and and the next thing you know, you're bummed out because you can't do that anymore, and that's what you love to do. So that's what people need to know, is that this is going to help you do what you love to do longer. It doesn't have to take your identity. You can still be. That's one of the main things I love about it, because I love baseball, and when I first started doing it, I was just like, man, I started, thinking about like, man, if I was doing this when I was playing sports, already, I wasn't like, now I'm just going to do this and not play baseball and not play football anymore. I'm like, man, this would have made me better at all those things. It gave me longer, longevity, not getting hurt all the time, from doing weird conditioning training that a lot of people don't, they try to do, and they try to help their team condition and train, and it's just, they mean well, but it just doesn't come out well.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for everything that you guys do. You guys,
Thank you.
all
It's
of you
always
guys,
great to be here
inspire
with you
me,
all.
Yeah.
motivate
Always a good
me.
And if you guys out
We're
there
having a
hearing
moment.
this,
We're having a moment. That's all.
if you guys are hearing this podcast and you guys are contemplating,
They're
taking
watching you, man. They're watching.
Yeah.
These cameras.
yeah, if you guys are contemplating taking the TACFIT cert, we are definitely going to be doing
which
in
starts
person.
tomorrow, right? The next one. It starts tomorrow.
Right.
It's gonna be getting up in the morning.
Yes.
But we want to see you guys in
What was that?
Texas too.
Aaron too.
July 24th, 25th, Texas,
Rob.
in-person TACFIT certification. So if you're listening, you'll see these two and this guy and myself.
Yeah, and things are opening up now, so we can look forward to mixing
in person,
in-person ones with the
Connecting again.
online. I know.
That's
My
so much
goodness,
fun
dude.
going down to the to the Marshalls, man. Like training people.
Yes,
in
Marshalls,
person.
yeah.
Like that was just.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have one in Monterey. I'm trying to get you guys all
great.
out to Monterey too.
Yeah,
Fall.
we'll do it. Yeah,
In
we'll
the
have it.
fall.
We'll have it.
Trying to.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. Love it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, we have the
best time of
the
year.
online platforms for the academies, the preparation now, right? Which is cool.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have that before, right? And we were trying to figure out, well, how can we support the people?
That was always the big question: is how do I learn? Where do I go to learn?
Right.
What to do?
Because you
for
got
the
to like pretty much
certification?
like a PDF, pretty much, right before.
Yeah.
But now you have like
You have like a standard thing to follow.
videos,
Yeah.
you can feedback to.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because that answers a lot of questions for people. Just where they want to start and where do they go.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to. That's that's the support people want. Want somewhere to go to ask questions, get answers.
Community, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being the leaders. Thank you guys for all you guys do
You
every
too,
day.
brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
Professor.
You brought it all up here. You started this.
The hammer.
I'm just part of the ride, you know.
Yep.
Appreciate
driving.
it.
You're driving
But
though.
you're in the shotgun.
You're the GPS, bro.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.